we're going to be doing a science experiment. But first, let's talk about something we don't really like to talk about: sin. It can be really hard to avoid sinning. It seems like everywhere we go, no matter what time of day it is, there is temptation there. At school, at home, with friends or family, we are always on the verge of sinning. And sometimes, a lot of times, we do sin. So how do we avoid sinning? How do we not sin? I'm going to teach you a simple trick, demonstrated by our science experiment. And you may know quite easily where this is going. So first, you're going to get a plate. I'm using a glass one so that you can easily see it, but you can use anything. Then you're going to take some water. Doesn't matter what temperature, just any sort of water. And you're going to pour it out onto the plate. You don't need a bunch, but you need to at least cover the bottom of the plate. Now, you're going to take pepper. Any sort of pepper, nothing special. And you're going to cover the water with pepper. If you think you have enough pepper, add a little more. Now that we have all of our pepper, take your finger. Don't do anything special to it yet. Dip your finger right into the middle of the plate. What happens? Not much. You get a little pepper stuck to your finger, but that's really it. Wipe off your finger, and then take some dish soap. This is just regular dish soap. You don't need anything special. It can be the cheap kind, the expensive kind, whatever works. You're going to put a little bit dish soap on the tip of your finger, and then you're going to dip your finger back into the water. Do you see what happened? All of the pepper shot to the outside of the plate. It only took a little bit of dish soap for all of that pepper to run away from your finger. So what is the trick to avoiding sin? It isn't pouring dish soap on yourself and hoping that all the sin runs away from you. But think of the sin as the pepper. When we stuck our finger in it just normally, all of the sin stuck to us. But when we put on some dish soap, when we put on God, and we use the power that He gives us, all of the sin is much easier to avoid. Now notice not all of the pepper ran away. There's still going to be some sin that stays close to us. We're humans, we're imperfect, and we're going to sin. But when we have God on our side, it's so much easier to avoid sinning. So maybe this isn't such a simple trick, but with God, it becomes so much easier. So be with me for a moment of prayer. Dear God, thank you for helping us avoid sin. We know that we are not perfect and that we cannot avoid sin by ourselves. Help us every day to live by your word and be with us as we go about into the world. Amen. I'll see you next week. Bye.